Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello everyone, so putting out a cryptocurrency video right now with the bounce going on. Interesting to note, while the cryptocurrency market was pulling back significantly, the stock market was dumping. Biggest dump I've ever seen in the stock market. I've only been playing for 8 years, but definitely a very magnified dump. And the bounces started 10 minutes early for crypto, and then the S&P 500 bounced 10 minutes after that. So just something to note. Again, I don't think there's too much to look into that at this point, but markets are a bit shaky. That being said, they've been going up and doing nothing but go up for 14 months. So at this point, we're not changing any trends or anything like that. And I just put out an overall market video if you're interested in that, to check out, the S&P 500 and things like that. So I'm going to look at the 5-minute time frame on these names because we're close to a break right now from tightening pattern. Then we're going to talk about the alert system, this new alert, the climax. Couldn't be going better in terms of real world testing now, and we'll go over some examples of that. And then we'll look at the daily chart and see where we stand from here. So just on this Bitcoin 5-minute time frame, we had the oversold bounce. We had a 5-minute higher low and higher high on increasing bull volume. That's when we knew the bounce was for real. Of course, the first 15 minutes of the bounce definitely looked like it was for real, but that was just confirmation with that higher low and higher high. So now where we stand, we have an equilibrium pattern. And it looks like we broke bearish by breaking this little 5-minute higher low, but I always zoom out to multiple time frames to get the complete picture. And I can see here on the 15-minute declining volume, which is normal for the equilibrium pattern. We have our high, low, lower high, higher low, and we're close to a break. Right now, 70.63 is support and 73.05 is resistance. That's the channel we're currently in. I traded LTC on the bounce. I'm currently in half a position, took profit initially on the way up, and then I'm going to let this pattern ride out for the second half of the position to see if we can get some follow through and some more significant gains. So what set off the alerts? And it's a climax alert that we're talking about. It's abnormal volume, and we get abnormal volume by taking an average volume over a certain period of time and then a spike, a percentage spike over that average. And if you combine that with oversold RSI under 25, that's what triggers our climax indicator. And just to see how it went, here's the chat room. Let's go over and see earlier as that bounce played out. Looking for it real quick. It was, all right, TCG. We had Bitcoin and Ethereum oversold climax alerts go out. Let's see them in action. And then 2 minutes later, the alert system nailed the bottom. And then we got party parrots. So when you see the party parrots, you know everybody's making money on the bounce. And it took a while to play out, but that bounce getting some really significant follow through. So just looking at it on Bitcoin, when did that bounce alert go out? And these aren't exact. I'm not using the timestamp, but these are when the criteria of the conditions were met and sent out that alert. And it was just about 6,600 here for Bitcoin, and here on Ethereum, almost the bottom here, that was down at about 625 or so. And here on Litecoin was the best, literally right down there at the bottom. And that's because Litecoin was holding up a little bit more. It took a little bit longer to get to those RSI conditions to trigger that alert. But I have to just say that I'm very proud with this alert system, with this new alert that we've come up with our own proprietary inputs, just because this is now the third time since it's been live, which has only been a few days. And so far it's been perfection. So really loving this, really great tool to use to show when conditions line up for the bounce. And now the question is, can this bounce continue to play out? So we'll see if this breaks. Unlikely to break by the time I'm done this video. So we'll put this out and hopefully we can get some action on this break. Let's zoom out. The daily time frame. Look at the volume. We're going to see a volume climax again, another high volume day. The last bounce, we pointed out, and I think it was the last video, that this is a bear flag on the daily time frame. We have to be very cautious. It was confirmed when we dumped down to lower lows. So now our low is down at 6,425. Bulls have to rally off of this bounce, and we're now in a point where we have to see 15-minute higher lows and higher highs. That has not happened yet. If we get a bull break, we're going to have to see hourly higher lows and higher highs. We have hourly inside bars, which alerts will send out when those break, and that's indicating that the 15-minute time frame is tightening. We have the 4-hour time frame with a big bullish reversal candlestick, but it too is an inside bar. So we have inside bars on multiple time frames. We have equilibrium patterns on shorter term time frames, and at this point, this bounce has proven really not much at all. So that's why I always take some profit. If I'm going in with a full position, I'm always taking some profit on the initial bounce, and then I will let some of it ride if it gets conditions that I like. So this candlestick on the daily is not going to be a bullish reversal candlestick unless in the next half an hour we break bullish up towards about 7,500 to give the criteria of a bullish reversal hammer on the daily. So again, this bounce isn't improving much, but every time we dump down to lower lows, we have the daily RSI down at 27. We have the 4-hour RSI no longer oversold, but that was down at 22. The hourly RSI was down in the teens. So all of these is what had us, scaling in very slowly, because it's not the kind of flush dumps that we're used to. On the 5-minute time frame, it was just weak little bounces and continuation, but that allows us and it tells us to be slow and steady scaling in. When I was scaling into Litecoin, I was putting a bid order about every $5 to the downside. Started scaling in the $126 range, got filled at 120, got filled at 115, and let's see, my bottom order got filled at 114. So I was able to scale in and then scale out and watch to see if we're going to break to get some further upside. So that's where we stand on Bitcoin with the tightening pattern. Very similar on all these names. Ethereum's leading the bounce a little bit though. Look at this bull break we just had on the 5-minute. We broke to a higher high, and now we're just looking at the high of the bounce, 749.50. So we look at the 15-minute time frame, and that is a bull break. It's one step ahead, and it's not going to run away. Again, don't forget the correlation. It's not going to run away. If Bitcoin breaks bearish, this is going to pull back, and it's going to be, quote unquote, a fake out. But we know it's not a fake out because we have to be watching Bitcoin for clues. And if Bitcoin's going to break bearish, it's going to completely take away any of this bullish momentum that Ethereum is currently enjoying. So that, again, that alert for Ethereum at the bottom went out in the 620s and bounced all the way up to 750, over a 10% bounce very quickly. We pulled back. We formed a support level. These consolidation lows are support. So 675 is a support level. Then I'm looking at 710 as a support level. And in terms of resistance, it's up at 749.50. That's currently the channel that we're in on Ethereum. Same thing, daily time frame, a bit closer to a bullish reversal candlestick. There's that volume, very similar to the last bounce candlestick. Very clear inside bar bear break on the daily time frame at 841. And next thing you know, we're down at 614. So that daily inside bar breaking bearish, and again, the alert system sending that out when that happens, that would have saved a significant amount of downside, $230 of bearish action by exiting if you were in a trade on that inside bar bear break. So it's a very similar candlestick. We'll see what kind of bounce we get. 4-hour bounce. It's a bullish reversal candlestick. It's not an inside bar, high volume, but we need the hourly higher low and higher high. And you can see that hourly inside bar just broke bullish, and it's trying to get that bullish MACD cross with it. Have to see Bitcoin follow along to not ruin the bull break that Ethereum did just see. And then it's all about the high of the bounce, 749.50. Litecoin, really nice bounce as well. The alert, again, went out right at the bottom. Couldn't have timed it any better. And that was just all of the criteria lining up perfectly. So here we are in the tightening pattern right now. 15-minute time frame equilibrium pattern. I'm looking down at the low of 124.22 and a higher low of 127.81. Resistance levels of 133.47 and 136.79. So we have two supports and two resistances, tightening range, declining volume, and that's giving us an hourly inside bar, multiple hourly inside bars. The 4-hour time frame, also an inside bar, and the daily time frame. Let's see what this reversal candlestick looks like. And look at the completely different setup. Again, because Litecoin has been stronger, we didn't break to a lower low on the daily. This is a higher low. And again, this is because of the fundamental hype around this week with LitePay being released. So we have a higher low on the daily, and now we need to see a break of 175 to change this daily trend. So Litecoin right now is one step ahead of everybody else. And this is why in the last video I said, for a trend change, it's not just going to happen. It's going to take days and days to play out because we have to set a top and a top of the bounce and then a daily higher low and a higher high. And because Ethereum and Bitcoin already broke down to lower lows on the daily, again, we're starting from scratch on trying to reverse this trend, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. And here's the daily chart on Bitcoin. Again, we're going to bounce. We're going to look for a lower high. We have to see a higher low and a higher high. That's days away from even setting up. Litecoin is already set up. Our higher low is set now at 112, and the bulls have to break 175. That would be very significant on this daily time frame. We have not seen a higher low and a higher high on this daily chart since all the way back here in right when the new year started in January. So pretty important next few days for Litecoin, and Litecoin is still my horse, liking the volatility and the opportunity. And let's see if we can get a 15-minute bull break. I'm going to keep this short and sweet and get this video out so we can see this pattern break together. Have a great night. Do good things. We'll see you tomorrow.